Alright guys, one more tank tonight. This is gonna be 1, 2, 3. This is gonna be tank 4, guys. Okay. Tank 4, guys. 222. Let me hit it just a little bit more. Alright, let's do it. Goes through that tank fast. So next tank is going to be an RPM tank. Quick quarter throttle blips. Polish the piston in the sleeve. And then we'll do one more that's half throttle. And then we'll put it on the ground. Start giving it some sort of tune. We're at the scene now. Usually I get down to where the top of the fuel line is and then I'll cut it. We're almost there. Drinking that fuel. Guys, that's it. How fast is that, man? Dude, that is so fast. It has sucked through that tank of fuel in what, 5 minutes? Insane. Bottom dead center, guys. Turn your electronics off. Alright guys, so now what I'll do is I'll let it cool down to ambient temperature. I'm going to pull my tank out. I've done 4 idle tanks today. 4. So I don't know if y'all could hear me. The next tank will be an RPM tank. We'll give it quarter blips, RPMs to polish the piston and the sleeve. And then the next tank, we'll give it half. And then we'll put it on the ground. And we'll start giving it a little bit of a tune. We'll still leave it rich a little bit. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let it cool down to ambient temperature. In this room, it's 60 degrees. So we're going to let it cool down to 60 degrees. In the meantime, I'm going to pull the tank out, undo the lines, empty the rest of the fuel. Sometimes I'll take all these little quarter tanks of fuel and I'll put them in for my break-in. But lately I've just been disposing of it. I mean, VP 2014 is what I use for my break-in only. 20% nitro, 14% oil. Gets it ooey gooey in there, and I add a little bit of castor and a little bit of Marvel Mystery Oil to make it even more ooey gooey. But we'll pull the tank out, we'll clean the tank, a little bit of alcohol, blow the lines out, and after it's cooled down, we'll do an after run. I put about 4 or 5 drops of my after run, which is Napa Air Tool, MP metal protector. You can use WD-40 and Marvel Mystery Oil. Napa Air Tool oil or any Air Tool oil. MP metal protector, about a quarter of this little bottle of MP, and then about half of Napa and the rest Marvel Mystery. So we'll do 4 or 5 drops, a couple of drops in the carburetor, turn it over. But before you do any of that, go ahead and kick it over. I learned this from Muggy. Kick it over a few times with the fuel line off. Get the residual fuel out. Just open the throttle, hit it on the box, bump the rest of that residual fuel out. And then put your 4 or 5 drops in the head. And then put a couple of drops in the carb. With the carb all the way open, hit it again. I do that 3 times. Every time. The same way. 3 times. And then I make sure it's at bottom dead center. I cap everything off. I kept my fuel inlet off and put my plug back in. I'll pull the, obviously we have to take the filter off. So we'll put a cap on there, leave the filter off. And that's it. I'll wipe down any residual fuel. But there was really none. Little tiny bit there. But back where this seal is, this Picco seal, nothing, man. It's clean. It's good. All my seals here are tight, so there's no, sometimes when your seals aren't right, you'll get fuel splatters here and there, but nothing. It's good. The Nova Rossi with the pipe, and then the Picco. It says Picco 21 on these, but the guy told me, I called him, he said it's 21 and up, and they fit great. It's this one right here. This one right here. And it's weird. It's just a round. Let's check it out. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not like the normal ones. There's no flange or anything like that. It's just a round tube and it's thick. And it works badass. So if you have a Picco, guys, that guy still got them on eBay. You should order some. I think they're like $6.99 or $6.59 or something like that. I ordered three packages, and I'll probably order a couple more just to have them because they are listed as vintage. Alright guys, so I'm going to do that. I wanted to show y'all real quick. I put the VZB, the OS VZB back together. So now I have two. I've got two OS VZBs. I need some of those Muggy stands. Muggy, send me some of those stands, man. What I do also on an old engine case like this, once I clean it all up, I'll clean everything, the case and everything, the outside of it, with some carburetor cleaner. And then I'll hit it with some alcohol, and then I'll blow it off with my compressor. But after I've got everything back together, I'll hit the entire engine with some silicone spray. Of course, everything's capped off. But I'll hit the whole thing with some silicone spray. This time I used the WD-40 Specialist silicone lubricant. And that'll bring some of that that matte finish back on the casing and everything. Give it a little bit of a shine. Sometimes the older blocks, they can look a little wore out. So I cleaned everything real good. So y'all saw these internals in the last video. Got brand new bearings in there. And she's ready to go. There's no reason really to break it in, I don't think. The only thing really new in it is the bearings. But the internals looked really good. There was still pinch with the piston and sleeve. It's got good compression, so it should run fine. There we go. Add another one to the collection, guys. I need to get a cap on. Put a cap on here. But it's my last cap, so I'm going to save it for the Chingadero over here. Alright guys, that's going to be about it. Sorry I made y'all go through another one of the break-ins here. But I'm just really excited about this deal, and I wanted to show y'all my other VZB. Fireplace is working out really badass, man. I like it. Alright guys, I guess that's going to be about it. It's almost 10 o'clock, so I need to do my after run, let this thing cool down a little bit, and get my after run done. And next video of this will be on the ground. Well, no, we still have 2 RPM tanks, so 2 more on the box. I won't put y'all through that. Y'all know how I do it. And then I'll do a video with it on the ground. And then after that, man, we're going to start ripping this thing. See what it's all about, modified. Alright guys, I hate it at the end of the day, man. I don't even want to get ready and go to bed. I'd rather stay out here all night. But I'm getting older, and it's really hard for me. I should be in bed like right now, but I'll be in bed by 11 after it's all said and done. And I have to get up at 5 to make the hour drive into my shop. So alright guys, we will see y'all on the next video. Remember, treat people the way you want to be treated. See y'all later. I'm out.